Who's ready for some fitness?
So when you open up the app, you can go straight into the instructions, and it's going to tell you step 1 to put batteries in the base, and that's pretty self-explanatory and easy. And then when you slide to the next direction, it tells you exactly what to do each step. So setup process is made super easy because of the perfectly laid out instructions on the app. And as you just saw, as I scrolled through, it shows you the different connections, the different bars that go on there, the different handles, and how to connect those. And you can even fold the resistance bands over in order to like double their strength. You have the yellow, which is the 20 pound, and you have the green, which are 30. So here I've already got this bar. There's 3 pieces to this bar, and you can do 2 or 3, just kind of depending on the exercise. I'm just gonna put them all together here to give it a quick spin and just kind of test the resistance. I've got it connected to the app right here, as you can see, is with my phone on the floor, and it is counting through the reps, which kind of, that's what makes this piece of equipment so cool. Is you integrate the technology. There you can see you can also cross the bands in order to add resistance as well. But sure enough, not only was it counting my reps, but it was also telling me how much resistance in weight I was pulling as well, which I don't know how that works, but what a great feature. So one thing that I found interesting is when you switch from the yellow, which are the 20s, to the green, which are 30s, you know, it doesn't sound like a big difference, but in all actuality, there's a very significant difference that you can feel. I mean, it's not totally overwhelming, but there is a significant difference that you can feel between the two. Now there's this other part which is made for the door, which also has the same technology for counting reps. So pretty cool that you can put in the door and still count your reps. When you open the app, you can actually choose the other instructions. There's two sets of instructions on there. And so while it's similar in a similar piece of technology, there's different instructions to follow to set this part up, which was also very easy. So I tested the difference between the yellow and the green, and then I can double over the green, as you can see here on each side, which, I don't know, probably doubles the resistance, which was way too much resistance for my weight in this scenario, but it just kind of confirmed the capacity or the actual weight that you can pull on these. So let's take another look at the setup here. As you can see, that's about everything right there, including in my other camera there on the right. Let's zoom in a little bit. So not only do all these loose ends fit into the back, but each portion of the back is carefully labeled. If it doesn't say it with words, it says it with icons so that you know exactly where everything goes, because at first glance you're just looking at like a grid that could be a little bit confusing, but everything is labeled and thoughtfully laid out to where it's easy to get everything stored away. So you can tell that there was definitely a lot of thought going into the design of this, and that makes sense because if it's going to be portable, it should also be easy and convenient. Without easy and convenient, portable really doesn't matter. And a bit more on that, of course, even though it is easy, even easier, it's got a bag. If you want to throw stuff in there, everything fits in there seemingly perfectly as well. So basically, I am of the opinion that anytime you can implement technology into fitness, it's probably gotta be a good thing, because all that's gonna do is make it easier for you to track your progress and achieve your goals. So the fact that the technology with this product seems to be pretty innovative, I think that's a great thing. I think the rep counting is an interesting feature as well, not something I would have thought about, but now that I have access to this feature, I think when it comes to analytics, when it comes to statistics, having the record of how many reps you did on what days, and it's just one other way to track your progression and kind of see where you're at and also hold yourself accountable. So I love that feature. Having the bands feel quality, the bands feel smooth, they don't wiggle around or anything. You don't feel like, uh-oh, is it gonna give? These are high quality bands, so I don't know how else to explain it. It's a quality experience when you're using them. I don't like using regular bands that you're like stepping on, putting on your foot, because it does feel uneasy and you never have any idea like for sure how much weight you're lifting. So along with the technology and the rep counting, it also knows the resistance by what you're pulling. It can tell how much weight you're pulling. You put on a 20-pound band, well, it just really depends on what setting you have as to how much you're lifting, and the technology is there to where you know how much you're lifting. So that's fantastic as well. As far as the app goes, I know we didn't get into that a whole lot because this is a quick unboxing video, and this is just more of, you know, me telling you about my impressions and with my first experience here with Wecount. But it is interesting. There are a ton of different exercises on there, and they show videos as well. So if you're unsure, like, they guide you every step of the way and show you what exercises you can do. So that's always great. Short video clips, good to go. What I was most impressed about, think about this. If I were to tell you, like, there's this product that's super portable, it only weighs 10 pounds, you can carry it around super easily, set it up, get your workout in, you would probably think, well, that's great, but it's not enough for me. Like, I need more. It's probably, you know, not enough weight. Well, it packs a 400-pound punch. It's got 400 pounds of resistance, which to me is totally mind-blowing. I can't believe that. I think, I'm not gonna compare it to another product, but, you know, something that's extremely popular right now is tonal. That you always see ads for and everything. Don't quote me on this, I think that only has 200 pounds of resistance. Double the resistance? Are you kidding me? I don't know, I think they got something good going with this. One other thing that's interesting is this also works with a weight bench. You know, you've got the thing on the door that you can hook up. You obviously, you can stand on it, we saw that demonstrated, but if you also have a weight bench, the weight bench can fit over the top of it to where you can implement that in for different sort of exercises that you may use with the weight bench. So really, with that being said, they factor in different components and it's able to be used with other products so that what it really is, it seems to be a component that factors into a full-on weight training system, you know what I mean? And if it does this much, to me, if this is something that you like using, then it's always great to have less rather than more, I would say, right? Honestly, when it all comes down to it, I'm intrigued, I'm impressed, and I think they've really got something good going at Wecount Fitness, so I'm really glad that I get to try this out today. You know, I always like to mention ways to where I think it falls short, but I honestly don't see much. I mean, the app has got a few places that may be a bit confusing, but the app is also still in the early stages, and I'm sure, like, whatever areas are maybe a bit confusing will be ironed out shortly, or maybe even before this system really catches on, you know what I mean? But overall, the functions of the app and the ease of the app when you first get into it to set everything up, the directions are right there, they pop up. It's great, and the technology is built to where when you turn the device on, it works. It syncs right to the app. You don't have to take any further steps for it to track it. You just hit the button and it starts tracking your reps, so it's wonderful. That's all I have for you today. That's my experience. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.